something else to consider. But yeah, the sentries are definitely not the focal point here. It was just the micro, the decision-making, where to fight.
PartinG was like, that was a fiery one. That was Soulkey just puts 2 dots. So yeah, whatever, man. Let's go into game number 4 on Coda right now.
Yoi Flash Wars PartinG 원희사 vs TCM Gaming Soulkey 김민철.
Up here in the top left in the yellow, our Protoss player came back from a nightmare game. It is PartinG.
And his opponent down to the bottom in purple. Soulkey taking a tough loss there.
Soulkey's angry after that one.
Oh, for sure. That was a really tough loss, man.
Well, Soulkey's still got a couple more games. I think he'll just go aggressive again. Maybe we'll see that pool. 11 pool again.
Yeah, could be. I don't think so, though. Oh,
yeah, it will be.
It is.
It is.
This is a good map for it. Both Echo and Coda, both good maps for proxies, for aggressive plays like this. You know where your opponent spawns. You know the rush distance. It's finite. It's small. It's simple. So simple it might work. PartinG is going to go for Gateway in the main.
That's good. No Nexus first this time. Took a lot of damage doing Nexus first in the first game. I don't think he'll do it again. Soulkey's just too likely to do something like this.
Now, the unfortunate and annoying thing for PartinG with this Gateway, I mean, the placement is good, but it's still in his main base, which means he can't tight wall the top of his ramp, which means that he's going to have to micro really well, and he's going to probably have to use his probes a little bit just to deflect these lings. And taking a Nexus is going to be, for a long time, kind of out of the question. But notice his placement of these pylons. He knows exactly how to do this to make sure that he can be safe. And he's going to be able to wall and kind of get things up a little bit more tightly. This is what, of course, we call a Sim City in Starcraft terms. He's going to be able to kind of build that.
Yummy.
Sim City doesn't make me think of food, Valdez, but whatever helps you visualize.
Whatever floats my boat, right?
As long as it's not The Sims, we're cool.
I never played The Sims.
Well, you're better off for it, unless you like making people accidentally get locked into their house and die of starvation or something like that, or set the house on fire while they're trying to cook.
Is that the fun part of The Sims?
That's what people always tell me,
Killing people?
I've never played it, but I have watched people play it. Not on Twitch, I would never do that, but I mean, when I was a kid, my friends would play it on the computer. I would never watch that game on Twitch. I would never. Uh-oh, guess what? Zealot's out of position.
Ooh.
And those lings are going to run circles around it. Well, not really. They're just going to laterally run by. Another Zealot is on the way. Soulkey is transitioning into a hatchery behind this. He's not committing big time into this, as his Overlord let him know what was up.
He makes 2 more lings. 6. Looks like he will commit a bit. Maybe he sees the Sim City and he's like, well, maybe I can get this Nexus.
He's making 14 more.
Wow.
So he really is going to commit.
Yeah, big time
This
commitment.
Remember that game I was talking about with Life that I where like he barely held it?
Mm-hmm.
It was exactly like this. The building placement, almost exactly the same sort of situation. This is a very, very, very difficult thing to do with this type of building, building placement in the main, rather than having a tight wall. But Soulkey has committed heavily, and if PartinG lives, he's going to have so much potential for counterattacks with Warp Gate research, and potentially Stargate Tech, whatever he wants to choose.
By the way, I want to say that I'm really happy that Soulkey stays consistent with the way he's playing. It just shows that he has so much respect for PartinG that he just doesn't want to face him straight up. He's like, yeah, I just got to do this. He's also, just seems like these days, playing more and more aggressive, and it's definitely working for him. Really nice rounds here on the Zealots.
Good micro, though, by PartinG to try to squeeze them away. Unfortunately, it's not going to be enough. He's going to try to split the attention here of PartinG into 2 groups. Probes are coming down to try to save that Nexus. Oh, I don't know about this.
He's going to lose so many probes if he does this.
Good control, though. Insanely good control. What am I even seeing here?
Wow.
Okay, TIL, you could just fight a bunch of 10+ lings together with just probes and like a zealot if you go micro like Parting.
More lings coming though.
Is Parting the Michael Jordan of StarCraft?
Pretty much. He's up there, him and Zest.
Okay, well,
He's just delaying so much mining time too. Those are all of Parting's probes.
I feel like Parting is going to at least, survive here with now the ability to use tech. He's not in a great position, but I feel like he's okay here. He's going to have a sentry out in a second, can stabilize the probes with Chrono Boost, and he's got this scary Warp Gate tech that Soulkey is going to have to account for. He doesn't have any other tech, though, and that's something Soulkey is very aware of. He's like, I don't have to make any spores. I don't have to worry about that.
Sees his entire base. No big deal. Just droning up his 2 bases. Maybe he'll take a 3rd. Drop like a safe Roach Warren or something. See him finally taking those gases.
Close eye on the worker count. Soulkey's making 3 overlords right now, but he's heavily supply blocked, so I wouldn't read too much into it. Especially considering he doesn't have any gas to make roaches with.
0 gas. And just going into more drones.
You know what? If Parting can, if Parting can identify this, a big zealot warp gate attack would be very strong. Okay, he is starting to mine gas now, though.
Soulkey makes a spine crawler just in case, and he's going to lair off 2 base. Oh, looks like maybe going for that 3rd base now. That 3rd is.
Yeah, doing them at the same time.
Well, as I say that, maybe he's like looking for pylons or something.
Wouldn't blame him. This is a very scary time for Soulkey with that warp gate research.
I guess he's just going to take the base all the way to the bottom left.
Smart. Parting in such a good place, though, to attack. That's why he's making all these spines.
He's just holding the top of the ramp and having a little hidden base far away from his main.
Overlord's getting pushed back.
Not much for Soulkey to see just yet, just 3 gates.
Yeah.
I think once these overlords are gone, he'll just put down more gates.
I think so. I'm not sure.
1 extra. And another one.
Okay.
There we go. Base getting up here about halfway done.
He wants to clear this ling off, so it looks like he's going to take another base. Keep in mind, this is Parting's tournament life on the line here.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be kicked out of KeSPA Cup in the round of 16.
And he's actually just going to put it all on this push. He's going to put his tournament life on this attack.
Well, he does have a transition point here. He does have that Forge, Twilight Council, and Robotics Facility coming up as he pushes, but he does have a lot of gates up.
Like, if this doesn't do a significant amount of damage, all those points, or all those things are kind of moot points because he just simply can't afford to use them all on 2 bases after committing to this many sentries and the gateways you were just talking about. So he needs to do damage here. You can't just go, oh, never mind, a recall. That's almost never going to work. Okay, 4 more Stalkers, a big commitment here. He needs to do some damage. He's going to come over here and he's going to see an empty 3rd and he's going to be like, what? Okay, no, he finds this base.
That's really big.
Okay, he's just going to ignore it, though, because it's empty, just like the game before.
Okay.
Oh, Burrow is done.
Soulkey is just going for a counterattack. He's not even going to fight that. He's going straight to the main. What is there? There is 1 sentry, but it's only 1.
It's only 1, and he's going to have to react quick.
He's got 1 force field. 1.
He needs another round of warp ends right away. This base is going to go down, but Parting's whole army is killing an empty hatchery. Another force field comes down. Clutch timing on that one. There's a cannon on the way as well. He may want to recall some units home. Okay, he's going to recall everything home. But I like Soulkey's
Cannon's not going to be powered.
So much now. Like, he's lost a base, sure, but he has the better tech, and he's keeping Parting contained.
Keep in mind, though, Parting transitioning into that same kind of Blink Stalker Sentry play that we saw in the last game, and he looks so strong with that. If Soulkey lets him get there, I don't know.
Yeah,
could
true.
be dangerous. Could be very, very dangerous once again. But this time he does get those upgrades.
Yeah.
Gets the +1.
Also, Soulkey, he's again, under false assumption there's no observer, and there is, in fact, and it's going to cost him big here. Look at these force fields.
The parting donut. More like a upside-down triangle.
Yeah, almost looked like a heart, but not quite.
Parting was just shaking his hand. Hope his hand isn't hurting.
Well, I mean, when you're dropping force fields like that, man, you're probably like setting your hand on fire. Okay. Oh, boy. Again, 3, 4 more roaches get trapped.
Bird movement is finally done. Blink forward. This is what I'm talking about. You can't really be out on the map against all these blink stalkers unless your army's together. But actually, he's drawing the army way out of position.
For a counterattack. He's got a lot of spines up. Let me check exactly how many if this becomes a base trade. There's actually only 2 spines up. Let's see how PartinG is going to actually respond to this. The ball is in PartinG's court now. Does he go for the elimination race? Looks like he's going to. Pushing forward right now. The Roach is buying a little bit more time here again for Soulkey.
He's got to split those roaches. I would love to see some go to the main.
Just going to recall. Roach is on the escape. Trying to kill even more probes. PartinG is running out of money in these bases.
Keep in mind, Soulkey is not mining from his third base at all. He's on 45 drones.
Yeah, this is something he needs to change ASAP. And one pylon got spotted earlier. It's going to go down as well. PartinG is running out of options. He has a good army, just like the previous game. He can win with it, but he needs to make a decisive decision right now. I know that's redundant, but
decisive decision. Make it, PartinG.
It needs to be like confident.
The most decisive decision.
Yeah, it has to be very. It has to be like a decision where he says, "All right, I'm going to commit to this." Because running back and forth and recalling again is just going to give Soulkey more room, and eventually Soulkey is just going to be able to mine from his third base, and PartinG's going to be out of luck. Okay, starting this engagement. Setting up that concave at the bottom of the ramp. All of this is on creep.
Spine crawlers getting into position 2. They're going to help out a lot.
Yeah. Warp prison full of sentries.
He's
Here
going
we
for the
go, and he can blink. But he uses his blink on the...
Is he going to get it? No.
Thing is, it doesn't matter because there's burrow movement, right? I mean, he's definitely he could have a concave at the top of the ramp. I mean, it's a good point, though. Like, if he has a concave at the top of the ramp.
Oh, look at that. Trying to pull the army out of position with a fake warp prison.
This is such a scary PartinG army. Okay, Guardian Shield goes up. Force fields all over. Time Warp gets dropped as well. Burrow movement roaches. Some of them do get on top of those sentries. The PartinG is just taking this army piece by piece apart. Now on the chase, a few of these roaches to the north. But don't forget, his main base is nearly mined out. He's running out of money. He's going to have to make this work with the army he has right here, right now. Force fields on the left side. But on the right, there is some surface area for these roaches to pick away at these stalkers.
He's going only roach up against this kind of army. He needs hydras in the back. He's got nothing. He's going to try to burrow movement underneath this, but this is just so many stalkers.
Some of those observers were out of position for a second there, so he actually got underneath those force fields without taking damage. But I don't know if it's going to matter. PartinG's army is just so strong. He's got plenty of zealots up here at the front to tank. And transfuses go down here a bit.
More and more force fields. They never end, but finally they do, actually, as all of these sentries are picked off.
And the stalkers are so low you guys actually can't see, but so many of them are actually in deep, deep red as they try to survive with these shields. PartinG is trying to make this work. He's microing his heart out. Spine goes down. The mothership is actually going to go down as well, it looks like here. Huge warp into stalkers. 8 roaches are on the way.
Ooh, looks like he's going to go to the third base.
And he's going to go for it. This is important. This is actually the most important thing that Soulkey can't really give to him. He can't let him have this. Soulkey does have +2 on these roaches. Don't forget that as well. Look at this micro miscook there by Soulkey, targeting the stalker that blinked back. He's just trying to push his way forward because so many of these stalkers are so in the red. You guys can't even see the full picture here because these stalkers are almost dead, every single one of them. But because of this good micro by PartinG, it doesn't matter. Look at what happens when he fights for like 2 seconds. The stalkers start popping so quickly because they're so low right now.
This fight is unbelievably close.
It really, really is.
Unbelievably close.
Look at the stalkers on the display to the bottom. The fresh ones are newly warped in. Every other one has got like 10+ kills on it.
Oh man, that might just be it. He's lost 12 drones, and he warped in a bunch of sentries. He's gonna have force fields. Oh, there it is. GG.
We're going
And
to game
Soulkey's
5.
angry. Soulkey's really angry after that loss.
Oh, boy, Valdez, what is happening?
Parting is happening. This is him. He's winning these games, and Soulkey just doesn't have the answer. He's staying on very low economy, trying to be hyper aggressive with only burrow movement roaches, and it feels like Parting just you can't crush him. You can't get to him. He somehow holds on every single time.
He's so good at that. And his control with these Blink Stalkers, so good. Like, I can't even...
Yeah, man, he's the best. You're looking at the best right now. It's like him and Hero with the Blink Stalkers in particular. And Soulkey, man, I think he's got to change it up a bit.
I think so too. What does he change it up to? Play straight up? Or does he switch up how he's aggressive?
Maybe proxy hats. It's Iron Fortress, the map. Parting gives out the full, very polite congratulations